Part 2. So after I was diagnosed, honestly, I can't remember a lot of it. And when you are faced with something so traumatic, especially at a young age, I think your body sort of protects itself and you block out a fair bit. One of the things I remember the most is how scared my parents were. Like, my mom, she couldn't eat, she couldn't sleep, she was just petrified. And now that I'm a mum, I get it. I understand why. It's one of the worst things that you can go through, being told that your child has a life-threatening illness, that they could die. So that was probably the thing I remember most about my early diagnosis. The next thing was the medication. So straight away, I had to get my white blood cell count lowered. It had to come down. I was in serious danger. So I had to have injections every day into my tummy. In the beginning, they made me even more sick than I already was. I remember having chills and fevers and just hardly being able to move. I was in so much pain. Eventually, the white blood cell count did come down with the medication, but then we needed a plan. What was next? I could have a bone marrow transplant, but I didn't have a related donor, which means that there was a good chance that I wouldn't make it. There was, in fact, I think a 20% chance that I would just die through the process of having a bone marrow transplant alone. And my parents weren't happy with that. They just wouldn't accept it. It was the standard course of treatment at that time in Australia. Bone marrow transplant. That was what you could do for leukemia. But no, my parents wouldn't have it. A 1 in 5 chance of losing their daughter. No thanks. So they researched. They researched and researched and researched until they found another solution. A brand new medication specifically targeted for my type of leukemia. Now the problem is, my type of leukemia usually occurs in people over 50. The chance that I even had it at 13 years of age was just crazy. There was no cases. There was no reports of how this brand new medication would work on someone so young. So getting a doctor to give it to me, yeah, that was a little bit tricky. Part 3.